up on the competition. They're going to get you set up and get you the skills that you'll need to jump right out of the door, right behind a microphone, doing your own show. Get the tour set up. They're enrolling right now. Don't wait. beonair.com/CAGE. Hire me one day.
And welcome back to the Glacier Ice Arena here in Vernon Hills, Illinois for Cougars hockey on the Fast Hockey Network. Hi everyone, this is Eric Willowhite. Thanks for joining us. We're about to get set for second period action between the Dells Ducks and the Chicago Cougars. This game is scoreless after one period of play, a period in which saw the Cougars for the most part dominate time of possession. Shots on goal were 11-1 in favor of the Cougars. However, of those 11 shots, I'd only say maybe 2 or 3 were of a high-quality variety. The other shots were usually coming out from the outside. Jared Young, the goaltender for the Dells Ducks, able to make the saves. So Young playing well for the Dells Ducks. He made 3 nice glove saves on those higher-quality chances for the Ducks. And Jesse Heiss obviously hasn't really been tested that much with only 1 shot on goal. So let's see what happens here with the second period draw as we get underway here. And face-off, Cougars take possession. Dumped back into the Cougar zone. Hunter Schiffman will chase after it into the near corner. This is going to be an icing call on the Ducks. And the face-off will come back down inside the Dells Ducks zone, with just a few seconds off the clock here in the second period. No score. Thanks for joining us on Fast Hockey. It's a USPHL Midwest Division Western Conference second round playoff match. First game of the series, 3-game series between the Ducks and the Cougars. Ducks in their own zone looking to escape. Sullivan tries to throw it on net. Watson chases after it in the far corner inside the Ducks zone. He's joined by Jesper Lundberg now. Lundberg. Puck in the corner. Digging it out is the Ducks. And holding it behind his own net, ringing it off to the far boards. Let Mancy look to keep it in, not out. Beal chasing into the zone, into the Cougar zone, into the slot. And finally the puck was taken off the stick. And Beal tried to lay a hit on a Cougars player who wound up falling on his backside. Puck chipped out to center ice. Ducks will have to retreat. Now we have a stoppage of play. And we're going to get a cross-checking call. Cross-checking is the call. And let's see, I believe this penalty is going to be on Beal of the Ducks. So Mike Beal getting the call for cross-checking. 19:04 to play in the first period. Now this draw will be to the left of Jared Young. Cougars' first power play, and this is the first penalty in power play of the game. Schiffman shot gets deflected into the far corner. Sullivan, point. Fires shot, and rebound is loose. Hunter Schiffman will chase after it, throw it into the near corner. Dagnall will try and dig it out along with Nickerson. Dagnall digs it out. Centers it to Sullivan. Sullivan looking for a lane, unable to find one, gets it to Cody Raybeck. Raybeck's attempt pass over to Sullivan went off the skate of a Ducks defender, kicked out to center ice. Ducks looking to come inside their own zone, move around, and a nifty play by number 24, Nice play by the Ducks, and a better play by Jesse Heiss to stick it aside. That was a prime scoring opportunity, shorthanded for the Ducks. Trevor Justad. Puck knocked back into the Ducks zone. No presence for the Cougars there, so the Ducks clear, and Heiss will stop it behind his own net for Beltrame. Bertrame skating out with it. Over at center ice. Puck thrown on net. Almost whistled through the legs of Jared Young. Near boards. Letmansky fires the shot. Glove save. Actually gloved into the netting. And we're going to have a face-off. 34 seconds remaining on the power play. for the Cougars. Face off to the left of Jared Young after a little mishandle on that shot attempt from the boards by Lonberg. Cougars win the draw. Palermo over to Beltrame. Fires the puck on net, sticked into the near corner. Cougars take possession now in the far corner. Palermo, far point. Far board, back to Palermo. Fires a shot from the point, intercepted by the Ducks and thrown down into the zone. Nice defensive play by Sherwin-Mowry. Jesse Heisel will leave it for Palermo behind his own net. A few ticks left on the power play for the Cougars. They're going to have to hurry. Dumped into the Ducks zone. Ducks clear, and that'll do it for the Cougars' first power play of the game. Both teams at full strength. And the puck comes along the near boards inside the Cougar zone. Cougars looking to clear. Not out. Palermo, far boards. Chips it out to the blue line. Ducks dump it back in. Beltrame will have to retreat for the Cougars. He throws it into the far corner for Lonberg. Lonberg behind his own net. Now he gets a stretch pass looking to feed Van Dyke, and Jared Young had to play it for the Ducks with Van Dyke approaching. Puck knocked into the Cougar zone now. Jesse Heiss will ring it around to the near boards. That's picked up by the Ducks. Trace Peterson. Stretch pass to Van Dyke goes awry. This is going to be an icing call on the Cougars as Van Dyke unable to catch up with the straight pass. So the faceoff's going to come down into the Cougar zone with 16:06 to play. Still no score. Shots on goal. At this point, 15-2 in favor of the Cougars. And when we get a moment, I'll try and update everyone on the other game taking place in the Western Conference between the Forest Lake Lakers and the Wisconsin Rapids River Kings. Lakers leading that series 1-0. Entering the third period of that game today, they were tied up at 1. And I haven't seen an update on the scoreboard in that game in a little while, so I'll try and get you an updated score and let you know if the Lakers have won and advanced or if the River Kings have tied up that series, forcing a Game 3 tomorrow in Minnesota. Puck dumped into the Cougar zone. Jesse Heiss will stop it. Puck is loose. Fired on net. Heiss had to make his first quality save. And now the Cougars will retreat. Chip it forward. Van Dyke. Over to Butera. Butera has to wait for Van Dyke to get off sides. He loses the puck. Cougars take it back. Nice steal by Schiffman. Schiffman with a head of steam along the far boards. Throws it into the far corner inside the Duck zone. He's in a puck battle now. Joining him on the play is Sammy Zatera. Four-man battle behind the Ducks net. Gets chipped along the far boards. Dagnall keeps it in. Now Schiffman goes into the near corner. He's looking to throw it up to the near point. Coming out with it is Dagnall. Back to the near point. Lockinen throws it behind the net, and that goes into the far corner where Dagnall puts a check. Cougars keeping the play inside the Duck zone. However, the Cougars going off for a line change. Ducks are able to clear. Gavin Nickerson, center ice feed to Dagnall. Dagnall bumped off the play, and Kaplan dumps it into the Cougar zone for the Ducks. Going after it is Hauk. Hauk over to the near board, center ice tip. Coming up is Nickerson over the blue line. Tried to feed Raybeck. Nickerson will pick it up, far circle shot! And that goes over the net. Ducks take possession. Skating up along the near boards is Beal. Moves it over to center. Along to the far boards. This is going to be an offsides call. One extra stick handling move too many for the Ducks. Forces the offsides play. And the draw is going to come outside of the Ducks zone. This will be in front of the Ducks bench on the far boards. 14-17 to play. No score here on Go Fast Hockey. Cougars win the draw. Skating up the center ice, Palermo. Over the blue line, inside the Duck zone, along the near boards. He shovels it into the near corner. Ducks look to clear, and they do. Now Kropp. Over to Sullivan. Sullivan, far boards, inside the Duck zone, throws it into the far corner. And chasing after it now for the Ducks is Austin Johnson. Throws it along to Beal. Beal skating up along the near boards, inside the Cougar zone, near corner. Brendan Peters will go after it. Beal putting on the pressure. Beal's probably been the most noticeable player here for the Ducks in the early going. And a hit at center ice. Schwartz and Morgan coming up with some contact. Puck goes into the far corner. Ducks are trying to shovel it out. Wayne Nielsen. Cross ice pass goes into the corner. Nielsen will chase after it. Unable to. He's getting support, however, from Christian Vela. And the puck comes loose. Schwartz for the Cougars. Dumps it in from center ice on net. Had to be sticked into the near corner by Jared Young. That allows the Cougars to get a change. Center ice checked by Hunter Schiffman. He knocks down Nielsen. And the Cougars take possession. Lundberg fires a shot. Sticked into the near corner. Comes all the way out to center ice. Schiffman falls down temporarily. Able to shovel it, though, into the Duck zone where the Ducks take possession. Stretch pass. Trying to feed Stetson, unable to. Beltrame will get there. Lundberg joining him along with Beltrame. Beltrame wins possession, throws it behind the net for Hunter Schiffman. He'll skate forward. Puck goes off a Duck defender, kicks out to Litmansky, however, at center ice, and he'll dump it into the near corner inside the Dells Ducks zone. Stolen away by the Ducks. And ringing it forward. Out to center ice, knocked back in the zone, however. Shot goes wide by Litmansky. Connolly will shovel it ahead for the Ducks. Cougars continue to dominate possession time as the ice has been heavily tilted inside the Ducks zone. On the near boards, Litmansky. Cougars come out with it. Litmansky. Now Johnson for the Ducks. Feeds it over to Peterson. Peterson shovels it into the near corner, and the Ducks will get a line change. Cougars will look to regroup. Head of steam. Beltrame. Knocked down from behind. Litmansky will take over possession, though, for the Cougars, and Lundberg will chase after it. Puck gets knocked out to center ice. The Ducks will gain possession. Now the Cougars take control. Their own blue line, shoveled out center ice, stolen by Johnson of the Ducks. And then he loses possession. Raybeck will try and skate after it. Puck gets shoveled back into the Cougar zone. Two-man race. Beltrame gets there first for the Cougars. Rings it to Palermo, far corner. Raybeck shovels it out to center ice. Matt Litmansky, he has one man to beat. Gets it between the legs, and he's knocked down on his way to the net. No call here. Good stick handling move by Matt Litmansky. Again, Litmansky with the hat trick during last Sunday night's game, the clincher for the Cougars. And he showed his handiwork there once again. Face-off in the near corner. Gavin Nickerson on the draw for the Cougars. Goes into the zone. The Ducks will take possession, ring it around. That's Johan Kling. Up to center ice. Beal now inside the Cougar zone. Behind the Cougars net, looking for a centering option. Going to try to get it to Kling at the near point. Stolen away by the Cougars, Raybeck. And coming out with it now is Palermo. There's a 3-on-2. Nickerson with a shot and a big save by Young. Rebound is loose, goes into the far corner. Ducks take control. Skating up the ice is Victor Morgan. Now to Beal. Beal fires a shot on net. Gloved by Jesse Heiss. He'll hold on with the Ducks pressuring. And we're going to have a face-off now inside the Cougar zone. Still no score. 10:20 to play. Shots on goal, 16-3. This is Cougars hockey on Fast Hockey Network. Cougars win the draw. Schiffman rings it around to Sullivan inside the near corner of the Cougars zone. Joining him is Sammy Zatera. He throws it along to the far boards where Van Dyke will look to chip it out to center ice, and he does. Cougars run into each other, however, and the Ducks will take possession at center ice and flip it back into the Cougar zone, where chasing after it and ringing it off the glass of the Cougars and coming out with it temporarily was Butera and Sullivan. Pass by Sullivan, stolen away. Coming in, Radcliffe fires a shot. Nice save by Jesse Heiss. Rebound goes into the corner. Now we're going to get a penalty on the Cougars. So the Ducks are going to get their first power play opportunity. As we're going to get, I believe, a holding call on the Cougars. Going to the box, I believe, is going to be Mike Sullivan. Sullivan to the, no. Bluff. Van Dyke. Slashing call, so I didn't see the slashing signal before. Slashing on Van Dyke. Power play time now for the Dells Ducks. 9:42 to play. No score here in the first period. Van Dyke in the box for the Cougars. Draw to the left of Jesse Heiss inside the Cougar zone along the near boards. Puck is still loose. Ducks finally take possession. Near point. Johnson. Over to Kaplan. To Mowry. Far point. Now over to Smith. Near point. To Mowry. Near corner. Back to the near point Smith. Far point pass. Down low. Ducks looking to get some good cycle and movement going on here. Mowry at the near circle. Fires a puck on net as there was a screen there. And that puck hit off a Cougars defender. Now the Cougars are able to clear. Down inside the Ducks zone where Young will hold it for Smith. Smith will pick it up behind his own net for the Ducks as the Ducks look to set up on this second run at their power play. Center ice pass gets into the Cougar zone. On the far boards, into the far corner there is James Williams. Williams looking for a centering option. Gets it back to the point to Johnson. James Williams, near corner. Along to the far near corner again, that's Trevor Jstrat. Cougars look to knock it out off the glass. Kept in at the point nicely by Vela. Stolen away by Butera. And Dagnall will break out with it for the Cougars. Far circle. Backhander goes wide of the net. Keeping the puck in temporarily was Butera. Vela comes out with it for the Ducks. He's bumped off the play on a nice check by Dagnall. And Schiffman will retreat for the Cougars. Flips it. His pass was intercepted. Shot, save, rebound, goes wide. What a chain of events there for the Cougars and the Ducks. The Ducks unable to capitalize, however, on that first impressive save by Jesse Heiss, and the rebound shoveled wide by the Ducks. And that keeps us scoreless. 2 seconds, one. The penalty is over. Both teams now at full strength. Johnson for the Ducks coming in along the near boards. Fires a shot. And Jesse Heiss will hold on. We'll have a face-off inside the Cougar zone. 7:31 to play. No score. Shots on goal 17-7. So now you can see the Ducks off of that power play able to get some offense generated. Let's see if they can sustain that now at even strength. Peterson on the draw for the Ducks. Face off to the left of Jesse Heiss. Mike Watson on the draw for the Cougars. Cougars take possession. Near corner. Puck shoveled behind the Cougars net. Bertrami will skate after it. He's joined by Lonberg. Now coming in for the Ducks. Throwing it behind the net. Stolen away. Lonberg will flip it out to center ice. Brought back in by the Ducks. On the far boards, that's Jake Hapburn. Shot on net from the point, and that's sucked up by Jesse Heiss on the shot attempt by Artem Nekrasov for the Ducks. So these two teams are no stranger to tight scoring games. Pretty much all of the games they played, I think except for maybe one during the regular season, were decided by one goal. So these two teams know each other very well, and there's not a lot of difference between them. Both very highly competitive and high skill. Puck inside the Ducks zone. Kept in at the point. Now Lonberg has to retreat for the Cougars. He throws it out to center ice, and Zatera looks to chip it in. Now Watson. Watson tried to get a shot off. Blocked by the Cougars, Johan Kling. Now Letmansky throws it into the zone, inside the Duck zone, chases after it. Gavin Nickerson tries to keep it in, unable to. Ducks come out, over the zone. Mowry, far boards. Looks to ring it into the far corner. Back to the point. Knocked out of the zone by the Cougars and thrown back into the zone by the Ducks. Little give and go here. Lockinen will take it for the Cougars behind his own net. Out to center ice. His feet to Nickerson went astray. The Ducks will take control. Johnson in his own zone. Over to Nekrasov. Cougars take possession. Let's let Mansky shovels it into the zone. Now Raybeck will intercept it. Matt Letmansky and Raybeck along the near boards inside the Ducks zone. Palermo will shovel it back in. Nickerson to chase after it. Now Palermo. Little game of trading places here between the Ducks and the Cougars with no one getting anywhere near the net. Beal for the Ducks, centering attempt. That goes off the side of the net, and the Cougars will take possession. Nickerson along the near boards loses control. Johnson steals it. His pass attempt, however, in his own zone has to be corralled by Alex Radcliffe. He'll set up behind his own net and look for an exit pass to Beal. Beal deflects it into the Cougars zone, but it goes off the rafters, and so the draw is going to come outside the Cougars zone. 5:07 to play, still no score. Faceoff's going to take place at center ice. Cougars have possession in their own zone. Throw it to Schwartz at center ice. Now chasing after it for the Ducks behind the Cougars net, ringing it around. Wyatt Nielsen. Puck came out of the zone, wasn't called. Now it was called. First linesman didn't see it. Second linesman, however, on the far boards, at least far from where the possession was able to make the call. So offsides on the Ducks. Faceoff's going to come outside the zone in front of the Dells Ducks bench with 4:44 to play. Glad you could join us on Fast Hockey. Exciting second round action between the Dells Ducks and the Chicago Cougars. Schwartz dumps it into the zone. Behind the Ducks net, knocked down was Brendan Peters. And now Kropp joining the fray for the Cougars. Schwartz fires a shot on net, glove saved. Again, there's that glove for Jared Young. No one's beaten him on that side yet. No one's beaten him, period. And we have 18 shots on goal now for the Cougars and 8 for the Dells Ducks. Faceoff's going to be to the left of Jared Young inside the Dells Ducks zone. Van Dyke will take the draw for the Cougars, and he wins the draw. Schiffman, however, unable to keep it in as it came into an awkward spot. He had to react and throws it back into the zone. Skating with it now is Nekrasov for the Ducks. Throws it along the near boards to Kaplan. Shovels it out to Peterson. Peterson, centering pass. Nice pass over to Mowry. Behind his own net, gets checked off the play. Cougars, however, skate out with it. Butera loses possession at the Ducks blue line. Now Johnson gets checked off the play. Stealing the puck is Sullivan for the Cougars. Drops it back to Van Dyke. Butera, center ice, dumps it into the Ducks zone. He'll go off for a line change. Going into the corner is Sammy Zatera, applying the pressure. Matt Letmansky will join him in the far corner. Now Zatera and Letmansky losing control of the puck. Ducks come out with it, shoveling it into the zone. Good pressure put on there by David Kaplan. Shot on net, towards net, knocked down by Palermo's stick. Sam Zatera able to add support there along the far boards inside the Cougar zone. Sullivan will retreat, far corner, go behind his own net. Rings it back around for Palermo. Palermo looking for an exit out of the zone, and unfortunately shovels it into the Ducks bench. So because of that, we'll have a face-off inside the Cougar zone. 2:54 to play, no score. Cougars hockey on the Fast Hockey Network. Draw inside the Cougar zone. Palermo takes possession, brings it over to Letmansky on the near boards. Puck is loose. Lundberg flips it out to center ice. Kling will ring it around to the far boards, and the Ducks will dump it in. Puck on net. And with James Williams skating in, Jesse Heist decides to hold on to it rather than play it. Make the safe call here as it's still no score. The Ducks are slowly chipping away at the shots on goal disparity. It's now 18-10 in favor of the Cougars. But at one point it was 16-2 in favor of the Cougars. So the power play definitely helped the Ducks gain some momentum and get back into this game, at least from a time of possession standpoint and offensive zone standpoint. And the puck is brought in offsides. So faceoff's going to come outside the zone. Faceoff's going to be along the near boards here, just outside the Ducks zone. Gavin Nickerson will take the draw on his counterpart, number 19. Felix Conrads for the Ducks. Conrads wins that faceoff to Beal. Stolen away by Dagnall. Puck thrown into the near corner. And Nekrasov is trying to shovel it outside his zone, unable to. Puck kept into the zone. Dagnall chase after it for the Cougars. Centering attempt, no one there for the Cougars. And coming out with it is Victor Morgan for the Ducks. Trying to make a connection with Beal, intercepted, however, by Joey Palermo, and then he gets elbowed. Puck thrown into one of the beams here on the ceiling at the Glacier Ice Arena by Johnson of the Ducks. And because of that, the faceoff's going to come inside the Dels Ducks zone with a minute 48 to play. No score. Don't forget, we're going to have game 2 tomorrow night as well. That's going to take place at 7:30 Central Time on Fast Hockey. It's game 2 between the Cougars and the Ducks. That game will take place here in the Glacier Ice Arena in Vernon Hills. All 3 games will. Game 3, if necessary, on Monday. Kaplan for the Ducks. He's getting hemmed in along his far boards by Sammy Zatera. Now Van Dyke will join the fray. And coming out with it for the Ducks, skating in the far corner, is Johan Kling. Centering pass, stretch pass trying to feed Williams, and that goes awry. Heist comes out of his net and throws it along to the near boards. Good idea by the Ducks, but unable to make the connection. Sullivan racing after it, puck in his own zone inside the far boards. Van Dyke looking to come out with it for the Cougars, unable to. Puck kept in at the point by the Ducks, thrown on net. That's knocked down by the Cougars. Zatera. Cougars were offside, so they had to retreat. Now they go off for a line change. Almost got caught off the ice there. Dagnall steals the puck. Nickerson in the slot. Tip shot on net. Jared Young wasn't sure where it was initially and then finally able to cover up on a nice give and go there from Dagnall. And the tip attempt from Gavin Nickerson. Looking to break the scoreless tie here, but unable to do so. So we're going to have a face-off inside the Duck zone to the right of Jared Young. Nickerson on the draw, again with his counterpart. And it goes at Nekrasov in the far corner to Morgan. Far boards, now Peterson. Puck dumped in behind the Cougars net. That's going to be an icing call on the Ducks. Beal was chasing after it. He's not sure he agrees. Well, no, he's not sure he agrees with the call, but it's not his decision. It's the decision of the man in stripes, and the man in stripes says face-off inside the Dels Ducks zone to the left, to the right, I should say, of Jared Young. No score. 24 seconds remaining. Cougars look to win the draw. Puck knocked out by the Ducks. Palermo will chase after it. His pass attempt to Schiffman goes into the near corner inside the Cougar zone. Palermo, puck rung off the boards. Going to go down into the Duck zone. Young had to play it, however, as icing was waved off. And the cross-off is battled by Dagnall. And time expires in the second period. So we're right where we left off when we started this game. No score. Shots on goal through 2 periods of play. The Chicago Cougars 19, the Dells Ducks 10. But at the end of 2 periods of play, it's no score. And we'll be back with third period action after this break on the Fast Hockey Network.
How's it going? My name is Edgar Ibarra, and I'm very grateful for all the